Okay.
Then why did you ask me that?
No.
So in other words, right now, by me being open my place is causing a problem with you gentlemen coming out here, sitting in front of my establishment, run my customers off. And this is what you're telling me. Everything
Okay,
you're
look,
telling me.
Tommy, I've heard
Yes,
enough.
Yes,
Turn around and go back to your store.
Okay,
If you have a problem, you can call the sheriff Monday morning,
yes,
okay?
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right.
Y'all have a good day,
Thank
sir.
you.
Okay. But I do have a liquor license. I do not have that.
Okay, well, I mean...
I have parties here. I can stay home all night long, sir.
And you're more... nobody come over here and told you to close.
No, sir, I'm just telling you what I have now because we have went through this with the county commissioner meeting and with the state of Florida now. I turned in my bill license and everything, sir. And what I do here is I have parties. I rent my place out for parties for anybody that can use my place of business for parties.
Okay.
Okay. So we can stay open all we want to, as long as we want to, by Mr. Ben Stewart rules and regulations. And that's where we at, sir.
Okay. And that's fine. I mean, nobody told you to close.
No, sir, we didn't. But I just had to address what my customers said just a while ago. You know what I mean? I had to address that and I had to come over here and address that. And that's all I did, was come over and address that.
Well, if your customers have a problem, then maybe they have a guilty conscience or something. I mean, I don't see nobody walked across the street, nobody pulled in your parking lot, nobody come and said anything to you.
No, sir, but I had to...
But if they ain't doing nothing wrong, then they ain't got no problem with us.
No, ma'am, they're not doing nothing wrong.
Okay, well then they shouldn't have no problem with us sitting here.
Okay.
So, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but you got to also understand that they're nervous about us being over here. Then,
but I need officer protection. That's what I need, officer protection when I need them, and that's what I really need. And I would call you gentlemen and lady, ma'am, at any time that I need you all.
You can call any time.
The people who rent out your establishment, also must know that they're operating under your business license. And if you're having a business license, that an officer can go in and check your establishment whenever they want.
And I agree with that 100%. I never had a problem with that. None whatsoever. And I told Mr. Stewart about 2 weeks ago.
But your customers need to realize that.
No, ma'am. I told the officer that has the four-wheel drive pickup truck that was on duty about 2 weeks ago.
Bobby.
What's the name is?
Bobby, yeah.
Sergeant Boatright?
Yeah.
He came over. And we addressed these same issues what we talking about, and Mr. Stewart addressed them with him. And he's supposed to have to inform all these officers, the county and the city, my do's and my don'ts, and what time I closes my business up, and what time my business, and what did I have.
I mean, and that's why I asked you, did you have a license? Because if you have a liquor beer license, the rules are different.
Right, they're totally
you don't, and that's why I asked you that, okay?
I agree with that.
Okay.
And the thing about it is, but what he told me was that y'all were discussing about my business over here, and the thing about it is, I walked over here just to let you know that I don't have a liquor license or a beer license. I turned those in. I rent my place out for businesses. And my customers were very nervous and upset by all these officers sitting over here and addressing to my business over here. Not addressing my business, I don't know what you were talking about until I came over here.
Well, and that's what I said, but I mean, we have the right to go inside your establishment.
Yes, ma'am, at any time.
Listen, but we have also the right to sit across from your establishment if we like. And if the people that are offended by it, then they don't need to be renting your business out, because that puts you it puts you in a bad place. If they've got a problem with it, they need to know up front that we've got just as much right to go inside your establishment or to sit across it.
Yes, ma'am, and I agree with that 100%, ma'am.
Okay.
But
if they're unhappy, then that's their damn problem.
Well, I'm not cursing, ma'am.
I know, I am though.
Yeah, I'm not cursing. But as a businessman and running a business establishment with alcoholic beverages with the party, officers come up and post up like we're doing right here. If you own that business right there, how would you feel, sir?
We do this at Winn-Dixie,
right.
We do this at Harvest, we do this at the college, we do it at the Madison Heights, we do this everywhere. We ain't singling out your place. We see it everywhere. We ain't harassing your place.
Right, but I didn't say that, sir. Okay. You did not harass my place whatsoever.
Well, we're good.
And you did not sing out my place of business.
Just like Corporal said, you go ahead and go across the street, man. We good. We're just sitting there talking.
Okay. Y'all have a nice night.
All right. Have a good night.
Didn't the state give you regulations
over the sheriff at that county commissioner meeting?
Did what now, sir?
Didn't the state came in, the AB&T guy came in, and he's actually the one that does the regulations. Ben Stewart just enforces the laws. The AB&T had its own, and you had said you're going to turn in your liquor license. And
I never, Madison County, sir. Can I talk to him, sir?
Yeah,
You told me to leave.
Go ahead.
All right, see, I'm still here again. Now I'm fixing to go. Madison County does not forbid you to sell liquor in this county.
Right.
You were saying liquor license. I never in my life owned a liquor license in Madison County.
You were saying you turned it in, but you never really paid for that, did you? You never had to pay for that license.
Sir, you cannot get a liquor license in Madison County.
No, to serve alcohol, I mean.
You have to be a bottle club.
Sir.
Yeah, I mean, that beer license that you had or something?
I will say it again, sir. I purchased my beer license.
You did purchase it?
Yes, and I turned them in to the state of Florida.
Okay.
Yes, you cannot receive a liquor license in Madison County.
That's what I meant, an alcohol serving license.
Yes,
up
sir.
to 6
and I turned them in to the internal, the alcoholic firearm beverages was to that meeting when I turned in. I think you was there too, sir.
Yeah, I was. I filmed those meetings.
Yes, sir. I think you was there too.
Yeah, I do. And I remember that. You turned it in out of frustration more than anything because you couldn't get.
No, why would you say frustration? I turned it in.
You couldn't get cooperation with the county.
Yeah, for what time I closed my business
exactly,
up. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what that was about.
I know, I remember.
Yeah, we went through that over and over and over again.
I remember.
About that. But I enjoyed this conversation. We just going nowhere with it, whatever.
You might have thought this was something bad, like in Atlanta, they tend to sit across the street from bars and pull over people they think are drunk. That's not what they're doing here. They're not even looking, to be honest with you. It's a good place for everybody to bunch up. They do it at Winn-Dixie. Like I said, do it in front of Madison Heights, but it's not singling you out. They sure didn't have to take off over it.
Well, they did, and I don't blame them for doing that. And you know what I mean? I really don't blame them for doing that. Because, you know what I mean, just like this officer when I came up, y'all was discussing my business about my business over here.
Because it's unclear to a lot of people. Just because you talk to one officer doesn't mean you talk to the rest of them.
Yeah, one says if you have alcohol at all, you're supposed to shut down at 12. Not one of these officers, though. Another one I talked to one night, and I said, I don't know about that. They don't have a liquor license. It's not the same thing. If you're selling alcohol, that's illegal. If people are bringing their own, that's probably a different story. You know what I mean? But the county never cleared that up, did they? They didn't even know.
Yes, we cleared that up to the last meeting, sir, when you was there.
They cleared that up, all that?
Yeah, everything been cleared up from Mr. Stewart, from the county commissioners, and from the alcohol department of internal revenue, and all. Been cleared up from my place of business.
Yeah. Okay, good.
You know, and I will address this Monday for his, like, I think that the chief or whoever it is and the captain need to address this with all his officers to his meeting about my place of business, but everybody could be on the same page on what's going on with my business.
There's a county commission meeting Wednesday, especially.
No, I don't need to go there. I done been there, sir. Yeah. It's just like this parking lot right here.
Yeah.
It probably never gave y'all paperwork for me to park on this parking lot here. Have any officer received that yet? Nope. I have leaking documents from Fred's right here. I turned it into Officer McGee and the Chief of Police and Mr. Ben Stewart for me to park on this parking lot here with my tenants. They have the paperwork in their office. But see, the thing about it is, it's not been carried out to the officers. And I don't blame you guys for what y'all consuming. Yes, sir.
You got to understand that.
Yes, sir.
Here it is, 2 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If your people, that were renting out your establishment decide to go home on their own choice, that's up to them. You can't blame us for sitting. We never come to your business.
No, sure didn't.
Didn't come to your parking lot, and wasn't really planning on it.
Yes, sir.
And but if they want to leave, that's up to them. But as far as us making them leave, nobody made anybody leave.
You sure didn't.
Sure didn't. If they want to leave on their own behalf, that's between them and whoever.
Yes, sir. But as a business owner, I had to address this issue because they came to me with it, and I'm not trying to be rude or whatever. It's just some misunderstanding about the paperwork that's been processed with my place of business.
Okay.
And I will go in the offices Monday and try to address that with them while when they have a meeting with you gentlemen and lady, that they can tell y'all about my do's and my don'ts and give y'all the paperwork on it, because I've done all my homework on that and turn it into them. I'm not the type of person that want to break any laws whatsoever.
Okay, well good.
Okay?
You also understand if you
Ma'am?
rent your establishment, if they don't want police to come and check the establishment.
No, ma'am, we're not saying that.
Well, I know. But
And there's an
obviously so.
open
They don't
policy.
Like us, they don't like us sitting across
There's
the
an
street.
open
They're
policy.
obviously not gonna like us walking.
No, ma'am, there's an open policy that I've gave Mr. Stewart and Mr. Willie McGee and his office that they can come in my place of business at any time that they get ready.
Hold the business license, so
Ma'am, ma'am, I turned my license in.
hold a business license, an occupational license to hold an actual business of any sort.
So you're not talking about an alcohol license.
But what I'm saying is, but she's fussing about it is not irrelevant, because I told her that they could walk in my place of business at any time they get ready.
What I'm saying is your customers have a problem with us sitting across the street, and your customers will probably have a problem with us walking in the establishment, and that you need to communicate to your customers that you hold a business license and that we are welcome to sit across the street.
No, ma'am, I can't. My business license don't have you to sit across the street now.
Okay, Tommy, look,
Yes,
if you want to come in Monday morning and
yes,
discuss it with the sheriff, that's fine. But this is a closed business. I'm gonna check a closed business throughout the county.
Yes, and
Okay.
y'all do it frequently too, and
So,
that's good.
If you want to get, talk to the sheriff or talk to the chief of police, you can handle that Monday. But
Yes.
I mean, really,
All right.
I mean, if your patrons chose to leave on their own, that's up to them.
Right, and they did. You know, what I
Okay.
mean, they did. They got very unsatisfied with this over here and all that, and they did leave.
Okay.
And,
Well, maybe next time you just tell them they can stay. I mean, nobody said anybody had to leave.
No, y'all didn't do that. Period.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right,
Anything
Tommy.
else, sir?
No,
That's
man,
it.
we're
Now I'm
good.
finna go.
No,
Okay.
wait, no,
I gotta get home and get me some watermelon.
All right. Have a good night.
Y'all have a good one. See you later, sir.
Thank you.